concerns taken well. That's all I've got to say about that. Thanks very much for your support.
Nottinghamshire Police Constable badge of what I'm led to believe is of a Marvel Punisher logo has landed him in potentially hot water after a complaint from the public. So there is not a lot of information about this situation yet, but Nottinghamshire Police have released a statement over the concerns. One news outlet that I've seen has said that they understand the badge in question has been a symbol which was used or associated with racism after counter-protesters at Black Lives Matter march. Assistant Chief Constable Rob Griffin of Nottinghamshire Police said we are aware of concerns raised by the member of the public about a badge displayed on an officer's uniform. The matter was referred to the Forces Professional Studies Directorate for investigation. Our uniform guidelines are very clear that we expect all officers to portray a positive and professional image at all times. The officer has been told to remove his badge and all officers and staff have been instructed to ensure this symbol is not displayed on a uniform and not to display similar badges on the uniform. The member of the public who raised concerns has been updated about this course of action. Now it is important to note, I think, that most of these blue line badge wearers claim it's a charity for fallen plodding line of duty, which, if it is, makes it a charitable cause. This you would think would be okay in normal circumstances, such as wearing a poppy or a Help the Heroes badge or wristband, but unfortunately for the police, it seems that the thin blue line badge doesn't quite fit within the criteria in general. Metropolitan Police, for example, in their dress code, it explicitly states under the heading badges, poppies, sashes, charity wristbands. Please don't wear badges advertising causes, beliefs or charities. They distract from our corporate identity and compromise the impartiality of the Met. We do take part in the following, so you can wear these: the Police Memorial Day badge for the week leading up to Memorial Day and or when attending a policing or police memorial service or reception, the Red Hague poppy of the Royal British Legion for the annual campaign period, or as directed in an operational order, or the Help for Heroes badge and wristband. Norfolk Police, on the other hand, say do not wear any items which are likely to bring constabularies into disrepute. This includes potentially offensive badges, logos or motifs. Nottinghamshire Police, which is the force in question here, they state in their online documentation that police officers and police staff are only permitted to wear one small tie-pin or enamel badge that would not be considered offensive or inappropriate on the tie. But they do fail to mention anything about charitable badges or other insignias, which does show a huge problem when there is no consistency throughout the police forces in the country. And unfortunately, this is one of the problems I see with the police these days. I mean, it may not seem like a huge deal, but lack of consistency causes issues. So does police, who are supposedly to be completely impartial in all interactions and endeavours, wearing badges supporting one scheme over another. I personally see supporting a charity and wearing a charity logo akin to wearing a political party logo and colours, which, if you're a Tory and policing a Labour event, isn't going to go down too well. Anyway, it's nice to see that this is being looked into, although based on the Nottinghamshire Police's dress code standards, wearing the badge is okay, so I'm not sure much will come of it, but I do think the rest of the forces should take the Met stance on it. Although, let's be completely honest here, almost the entire Met Police force wear these gang badges anyway.
.11:34 is the time. Jackie's in Bexley. Jackie, what would you like to say?
Yeah, well, I'd like to say that all the aggravation it causes when people are protesting, blocking roads, the way to protest isn't by blocking roads, stopping ambulances, police cars, stopping the public getting to work. It just makes people angry. And
how did you feel about the Queen's funeral?
The Queen's funeral, that was organised.
Yeah, but my God, they shut a lot of roads.
Yeah, but that was organised. It's not like these protesters that just do it willy-nilly.
You couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't go anywhere.
Know the Queen's funeral's on that day.
Yeah, but if you had a heart attack, it wouldn't make any difference, would it?
Yeah, but they had roads diverted.
Did they?
So
well, why can't they do that? Why can't they do that when it's just stop oil then?
because they just do it without letting people know. They just do it.
Yeah, but
just flew
if they
them
can
down
get
the
the
road.
if they can get the police on the spot to do the arrests, then they can divert the roads that they used when it was the Queen's funeral. I mean, to be
No,
honest with
it's
you,
not right.
we
It's
both
not
know
right.
they didn't divert the roads. If you were in the West End of London, you couldn't go anywhere by car.
Yeah, but then who was going to work? Everybody was off work. Everything was closed.
But
The majority
we're talking
of
about
people
we're
were
talking
off
about
work.
police cars and ambulances, aren't we, Jackie?
Yeah, but
They weren't off
there
work.
there was a reduced service though, wasn't there?
Well, that's
A lot
terrible.
of people were watching the funeral, were there at the
Yeah.
funeral. It was organised. It was organised. That's
Right.
the difference.
Well-
These protests aren't organised.
Okay, so you've
and they're not
become
having
so we
those
should
diversions.
organise them then. They should. I mean, because what we've got to do is compare the
Yeah,
disruption,
if they want to organise them, that's fine. I haven't got any problem with
even
them
if it shuts
organising.
down the whole city.
Sorry?
Even if it shuts down the whole city.
Well, you're not going to shut down the whole city. If
Well, the
you're
Queen's
protesting
funeral
in
did.
one certain area.
The Queen's funeral did.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Queen's funeral.
I kind of am.
We're talking about protests.
I appreciate you don't want me to, but you can't object to police cars not being able to get through in a sort of theoretical sense, but be perfectly comfortable.
It's completely different. The
What-
Queen's funeral is organised. Things like that is organised. The
Okay.
public know what's happening that day, and you would avoid going to those areas.
When do you think the police should be able to arrest people who haven't done anything wrong yet?
No, they shouldn't be able to arrest people who haven't done anything wrong, but people gluing themselves to the road.
They can already arrest them. This is about people who haven't done anything wrong yet.
Yet.
Yes.
Why should you wait for somebody? If you know someone's going to do something
How
wrong,
do you know?
well, you don't, do you? But if people, like you say, if you said earlier, if people are on parole, you know...
No, hang on. Let's just pick up. Let's just rewind a bit. Because you said if you know somebody's going to do something wrong, and I said, how would you know? And you said, well, you don't, do you? But the law would allow the police to arrest people who haven't done anything wrong yet, if the police feel that they might, or that they're about to. So when would you do that? When would you be in favour of that?
Well, I'm not saying I'm in favour of arresting somebody that hasn't done something wrong.
But that's the entire phone-in topic that we're having at the moment.
Well, you know, the thing is, I thought he was talking about how you feel about protesters and things like
No,
that.
definitely not. No, because the point is, the police would say they've already got enough powers in those circumstances. You know, Charlotte Lynch, my colleague, got arrested just for watching the protest. She didn't even have any glue on
No,
her
that's
person.
totally wrong. That's totally wrong. I'm not
But they
talking-
want
I'm
more.
not, you
But they
know.
want more powers, Jackie. So you're saying that the powers they've
no.
already got led to something that's totally wrong, and now they want more powers.
Well, you know, I think in certain
You keep
circumstances...
saying you know. I know it's a figure of speech, but I really don't, because I don't know quite what you think you're in favour of or opposed to.
I'm opposed to
Yeah.
these protesters acting like idiots.
Yeah.
That,
Well, you should
don't
be
know
afraid-
what
we should all
the
be allowed to act like-
do not know what paying into the tax system is.
Yeah, but
and
no,
appreciate what
these
they've
lines,
got.
I'm familiar with these lines. I've heard them millions of times before, but we've just established that this is not the conversation in which those lines need to be rehearsed, because we're talking about the police being given new powers to shut down protests before they cause disruption.
Yeah, but you know, you can protest. You don't need to block roads. You don't need to do stupid
But they
things.
won't have blocked any roads, will they? Because they'd be arrested before.
That's fine then. That's fine
So,
then.
so
Yeah,
we're getting there now.
yeah.
So when do you think it's okay for the police to arrest people who haven't done anything wrong?
Right. But they're allowed to arrest then, are they, when they're blocking the M25?
No,
or
so they've done that. They've already done something wrong. This is about. I can only explain it so many times, Jackie. This is about
okay,
the
well, they
police.
haven't done anything wrong. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, they know...
So when?
it's
Just
not
tell me
gonna-
when. When is it okay to arrest people who haven't done anything wrong?
The moment they start walking towards blocking the road is when they should be
Now,
arrested.
how do you know they're going to block the road? They might just be walking.
They're not going to just be walking. Common sense says, come on.
But the last protest did involve just walking. They were walking up the Strand slowly. That was their protest.
Blocking roads.
Walking slowly.
Blocking roads.
Okay, so what speed should it be illegal to walk at?
I'm not saying it's illegal to walk, but what I'm saying is it's
Blocking
all
roads.
about common sense, isn't it? Come
Blocking
on,
roads.
It's all about common sense.
Blocking
It's
roads.
all about common sense.
So I'm asking where your common sense leads you. At what speed should you be arrested for walking in the road?
I'm not talking about speed, I'm talking about the amount of people that are blocking access. and
But
causing
once they're
disruption
blocking
to the public.
access, they've broken the law. They could be arrested. So why do they need new laws to arrest people who haven't done anything wrong yet? Because
Well,
they
who knows
don't.
what sort of laws they're talking about?
Well, I know what sort of laws they're talking about. That's why I'm hosting the phone in.
You
You've
hear
run.
things from the government. Is any of it
Right,
true?
Jackie.
At the end of the day, you hear about talking about immigration. I haven't got a
Here it is.
problem. And the Jewish situation is completely different. Early on listening to the conversation, it's unacceptable.
What's happening?
The immigration
I feel that
side of things,
I sense you've run 3 different phone-ins now, except the one that we're actually
well,
having.
I've been listening to it this morning,
Yeah.
and I've been listening to it, and it's horrendous, because at the end of
What
the
is?
day, there's not a problem with people coming in the country, immigrants coming into the country. I think they're
Why are we talking about this?
They're going to work. Well, because I want to get it out there, because the government are afraid to say anything.
Can't you go to a coffee
People are
morning?
not allowed to say anything nowadays.
Who's frightened to say anything nowadays? Okay, you haven't stopped talking for the last 6 minutes.
Well, there you go. I'm getting my point across.
So why are you
I'm
frightened? Who's
getting
frightened?
about it.
Who's frightened? I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure you are getting your point across, but I'm delighted that you feel you are. But who's frightened of saying anything? Who are these people?
But you're not allowed
Go
to
on.
say things in case you're being racist.
Like what?
You talk about immigration. When people talk about immigration, the one point I talk to a lot of people. I
Yeah.
work in the
This
public
is a
sector. Talk to a lot of
conversation
people.
about protest.
Yeah, but it is about protest.
So what aren't you allowed to say about immigration without being called racist?
You're not allowed to say that you don't think Britain should help. The
You just
problem
did.
is, let people in from Ukraine, from war-torn countries, that are running for their lives.
Yeah.
But if you're running for your life, you stop in the first country that's safe.
Well, that's
England is
Poland.
the first country that's safe.
That's Poland.
Mhm.
That's Poland.
Well, this isn't, but England isn't the first country
No,
that's
but if
safe.
you're running out of Ukraine, you should stay in Poland or possibly Estonia. My geography's not as good as it should be.
Yeah.
What?
What I'm saying is, you're getting people coming across illegally on boats
But why were you talking about Ukraine?
because the war in Ukraine. You
What
know,
about the war in
you
Syria?
have sympathy.
They just shot a politician in Afghanistan for being a woman.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm talking about war-torn countries.
Yeah,
I'm not
like
talking about
Afghanistan and
people-
Syria.
Sorry?
Like Afghanistan and Syria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they come over legally in the correct way and not on boats across the channel.
What's the
that's what I'm
legal
talking
way?
about.
What's the legal way?
What's the legal way? Get your documents, come over the legal way.
How?
How does the legal system work?
What's the legal way?
That's why the NHS is in so much trouble.
Oh,
because you've got so many
NHS.
people coming into the country
Fantastic.
that aren't paying into the system,
Right.
that are getting housing benefits because they know the system. Because England is a soft country, and everybody knows that.
Right.
If you come in from another country, you'll get a house, you'll get benefits, you get free medical treatment. That's why the NHS is up the creek, and nobody will say it. Nobody will say it, but I will, because that's the truth of the matter.
To be fair, Jackie, I've heard loads of people say it, and they're all wrong.
How can you say they're all wrong?
Well, let's examine it, shall we? Let's just back up one bit. The legal routes that you can come here from Afghanistan. Just talk me through what that involves.
I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue.
Okay, and let's pretend that
I'll
those
be
routes...
honest, I haven't a clue.
Well, you don't have to tell us that. Or not out loud. And now, we pretend now that these legal routes exist, even though we both know that they don't, okay? So you get here via one of these legal routes. Talk me through how you get a house and benefits.
Who knows? But
Well, you
everybody
do,
that comes here
Jackie.
seems to know.
You do. So tell me how that works.
I haven't a clue how they get it, but they
Right,
get it.
so you
don't they?
haven't
I'm
got
not
a
being
clue how
funny.
they get
They're
here.
known about being in a centre down in Kent.
Well, hang on.
And
Why are they in a
known about
centre
the
down in
provision.
Kent if they're all getting houses and unemployment benefits?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they in a centre down in Kent if they can all get a house?
These are the ones that are coming on the boats, aren't they?
No, you just told me they're the ones that get the houses.
They do.
But why are they in a centre in Kent then?
Because they're waiting for all the paperwork to be done, aren't they?
But you were in favour of the paperwork a minute ago. That
No,
would be
you-
the legal route.
You know the situation and you can't say it's right.
I do, and it is.
Do you believe
How-
people that are paying their taxes, but my parents who have worked all of their life and struggled and paid into the system, and we
Yeah.
should let any Tom, Dick or Harry come into the country
But we don't, you
and
see.
get... But we do.
No, but
How
we-
can you say that? We do.
Well,
we don't live in the real world.
How many times in this conversation have I said I haven't got a clue?
Well, how can I believe what you're saying?
No,
How do I know
it's
what
a
you're
simple
saying is correct?
question. It's not an opinion. It's just counting. How many times in this conversation have I said I don't have
Doesn't
a...
matter. Yeah, I'm being honest. That's why
And how
I'm
many
being
times?
honest,
And how many
totally
times?
honest.
And how many
But I
times?
know for a fact.
And how many times have you said it?
Yeah, I haven't got a clue about certain things. I don't know the system. I don't know the system.
Well, but then how
know
can you
for a
have such a
fact-
strong opinion about something you don't know anything about?
I'm not saying I know about the
So if
the
I said to
system, but
you,
what I'm saying
point
is-
at something that proves what you're telling me, what would you point at?
Point at something that proves what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Well, go on to a GP list of patients
Yeah.
and see how long they've been in the country and what they get and where they live
Right.
and,
And what would
whether
this
it
prove?
is council accommodation, private
Oh,
rented.
Jackie.
You go in and have a look.
Okay.
And you're telling me, you cannot honestly tell me that this is not happening.
Well,
That
I
this
don't
is
know
not
what you're telling
happening.
me
You
is.
tell me honestly.
So you're telling me
what
that
happens to the people
foreign
that are
people go
coming in
to the
on those
doctors?
boats? You tell me they're not getting sent straight back, are they?
Foreign people go to the doctors. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm not saying that. You're changing everything I'm saying.
I don't understand what you think. I don't think either of us know what you're saying.
No, I haven't got the proof.
No, I know you haven't got the proof. Why didn't you just
No, I
say
haven't
that?
got the proof.
So
But
you
you
haven't got a clue, and you haven't
No.
got the proof.
No,
I know.
I don't need the proof.
But it
You
doesn't
can
matter
see
because you
it.
can't say what you want in this
can
country
see it.
anymore without being called a
Right.
racist.
You walk around any local town centre...
And you'll see some
okay,
foreign
they're not
people.
gonna be classed as being racist.
There's-
You walk around any town
How can you
centre,
tell who's foreign?
Okay? You walk, and it's because you can hear the language. So it's not just black, Indian, Asian people.
No.
It's Polish,
It's-
Ukrainian, it's Eastern European.
Yeah, and what's
it's
wrong with them
every
again?
single language apart from English.
What's wrong with
So
them again?
don't tell me there's not people coming into this country.
I didn't. I
Well,
didn't.
but you're telling me they're not getting houses. You're telling me where they live.
You got Suella Braverman's parents.
St Thomas's Hospital
You
in
got
London.
Rishi Sunak's parents. You got James Cleverly's mum. You've got Dominic Raab's dad. What's wrong with foreigners?
Nothing's wrong with foreigners as long as
Hey.
they're coming into the country and paying their taxes.
But they are.
They're not all of them.
Well, how do they do that then?
Not all of them. You get a job and you work.
Well, so unemployed foreigners are the problem.
Yes,
Right. Well, we got there in the end.
yes, unemployed
Why are they
foreigners.
worse? Why are they worse than unemployed British people?
No, unemployed British people are bad
Oh, so why are we talking about the foreigners?
because they're letting people into the country.
Who is?
The government.
But we've just established you've got no idea how you can come into this country legally if you're a refugee.
Well, you tell me.
You can't.
You can.
How?
Because they're getting on boats and ending up at Dover.
Yes, that's the thing that we said wasn't legal. So what's the legal
Yeah.
route?
I don't know the legal route, but what
You
I'm
just
saying
said
is the
you
legal
did.
route should be...
I
like
said
when
you
go to
can't, and you said you
Australia,
can.
You have to have a certain amount of
So
money,
what's
don't
the
you, to get into Australia?
what's the legal route?
I don't know the legal route.
There
I
isn't
don't know,
one.
and what member of the public does know the legal route in? Come on.
I do.
How do you know the legal route then?
Well, it's research.
Yeah, research.
Yeah. Do you want to know what the legal route is if you want
Go
to
on
come
then, you
in?
tell me the legal route.
There isn't one.
Okay, how comes that then?
Pardon?
How's that then?
Because the
How am I
Tories,
getting in if there's no legal route
the
then?
Tories have closed them all down. The French would open up an asylum processing centre in Calais tomorrow, but the Tories don't want to do that because it would involve genuine asylum seekers having their applications accepted and coming to this country legally.
But you know, you cannot have a genuine asylum seeker
Yeah,
would not be able to come to this country, would they?
correct.
If you're a genuine asylum seeker, you go to the
Except-
first place country, so
except in
you
a
wouldn't have
No,
this
no,
problem.
you don't, though, Jackie. That's simply not true. Also, what?
It's true. If you're running,
No.
if you're running
Okay,
for
so
your
why
life,
didn't all the Ukrainians stay in Poland then?
well, you know, okay, fair enough. But what I'm
What do
saying
you
is,
mean? Okay, fair enough. It's a question. Why didn't all the
I
Ukrainians?
haven't a clue.
Okay, well, again,
here,
there we are
and, you
again.
know,
I hope
it's
someone's
okay.
keeping count. It's something else you don't have a clue about. Shall I tell you why they didn't all stay in Poland?
Go on then.
Because the idea that people fleeing war zones have to stay in the first safe country they reach is not true.
Well, this is what we're told
Who by?
by the government,
No, you're not.
by
Oh,
whoever.
actually, on this occasion, you are told that by the government. But
Yeah,
they're
we're
the,
told
they're
an
the
awful lot by
same.
the government, but
Yeah.
how do we know what
But a
they're
minute
saying is true and
ago,
what
in
they're
fact,
doing?
at the beginning of this call, you were telling me you can't trust anything the government says.
You can't, can you?
No, you can't, Jackie.
You've just said it. You can't.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't.
Except the bits you want to believe.
No, it's not bits you want to believe.
Like
It's
the
what you
bits
see in
about
general
safe
life.
countries
when you
and-
see how the NHS is struggling,
Yeah.
and all these people are coming into the country.
What about foreign
and there's not
doctors?
enough schools,
50%.
there's not enough building houses,
50% of
there's not
NHS doctors now are foreign. 50% of NHS doctors are foreign born. How do we feel about
I'm
them?
not saying, I'm not against foreign people. See, you're changing what I'm saying.
I'm not.
I am not against foreign people working in England.
But if you're walking through the town centre and you see someone speaking Polish, how do you know whether they've got a job or not?
I don't know whether they've got
So
a
then
job
how
or
do you
not.
know that they're the problem that you can point at to prove to me all the things?
I'm not pointing at individuals, am I?
Yes, you were a minute ago. You said you can walk through any town.
People come to this country no matter where in the world they come from. If they're going to work and pay taxes and pay national insurance towards the NHS, then that's fine.
So
You
you're
come
in
into the
favour of
country.
uncontrolled immigration then?
Not uncontrolled, no.
Why not if they've all got to get a job and pay taxes?
There'd be a lot less people coming into the country, wouldn't there, that are working. If you want the doctors, the nurses,
Yeah,
and all
go on.
the healthcare workers and all professional people coming into the country, that's not a problem.
I
But
don't.
the problem is the people that
It'd be a
aren't
lot harder
coming
to
into
see
the
a doctor
country.
if we got rid of half of them, wouldn't it?
I'm not. So why are you saying that I haven't said a word about